Hello everyone, it's Ben from the chair to give you a brand new video today, and we are reviewing the 2025 remake of Lilo and Stitch. This stars Maria Kielo as Lilo. We have Sydney Anguagong as Nani. Chris Sanders is back as Stitch. Zach Galifianakis is Jumba. Billy Magnuson as Pleakley. Amy Hill as a new character, Tutu. Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles, and Tia Korea as Mrs. Cobra, and Hannah Weddingham as Galactic Councilwoman. Now, the story starts as we know Jumba is caught for making experiments. It starts exactly the same way as the original Lilo and Stitch, but there are slight differences with this because to get it out of the way, there is no Jumper, there is no Gantu. They, instead of like taking when it happens, they mechanically take Stitch to the ship and then he escapes. So they, instead of taking him to the holding cell, the cage he's in, the glass orb he's in, just goes straight into it to cut out time and the need for Gantu. Yes, there is no Gantu. I will go into that in a separate video with the spoilers, but there is no Gantu. So Stitch goes to Earth like it does in the original, and they do add some scenes, some funny scenes where Stitch lands, and then causes havoc, and same thing happens when Lilo finds him in the dog sanctuary. But there are differences. There's a new neighbour played by Amy Hill, Tutu, and she takes Lilo to find a pet because she realises she's lonely. So it's like a mixture of new and the same, and some scenes are mixed around. It is sort of, there's more Stitch because it's longer, and they put more new jokes in for Stitch to do, and sort of a little bit more of Lilo and Stitch together, and more of her teaching him about Ohana and things, and it is quite sweet, one of the scenes. We have, I would honestly say the jumper design is really good, but I don't think that Zach Galifianakis really suits the voice of Jumba. He sounds really too light voiced for the heft of Jumba. I quite like the original voice actor because he kind of gives him a jovial, big, fat, jolly voice for somebody so evil. But he's got this kind of light, kind of almost really light voice for somebody so big, and it just doesn't fit. Pleakley comes off as like this goofball that, because they're trying to mimic humans, because that's another change. They mimic humans in this with like devices, so they don't have to hide, which is a good improvement because in the original, you can clearly see Pleakley's in a wig, and when Jumbo wears sunglasses, you can see his eyes through the arms of the glasses. So that is actually a good improvement. But yeah, it's very good. But I would honestly say the downsides are Jumba not being quite right voice wise, and I'm going to go into a separate video that they've changed the ending of this film. But I'm going to go into it in another video in a minute. Also, I would say the 3D I saw wasn't really worth it. I didn't notice it was in 3D. Nothing popped out of the screen at me. It probably gave it some depth that I didn't notice because I was enjoying the film, but I didn't notice the 3D like I usually do. So, and I just I just didn't there are some changes I want to go into in a different video. So I just want to say that the film's good, very good, but there are some changes. So if you're a Lilo and Stitch big fan, you might love it, you might hate it. I'm gonna give it maybe a 7 out of 10. But yeah, so if you like this review, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.